Good evening. I am Bruce Barnes. I am the Ron and Donna Fielding Director of the George Eastman Museum. Welcome and thank you so much for coming this evening. It's a great pleasure to have you all here for this very special screening. And I have a very limited role in this evening's events. First and foremost, I would ask you to turn off all of your electronic devices or put them in a position where you're sure they're absolutely silent, as pacemakers are. So, A Space Odyssey. We are thrilled to have this masterpiece in our collection. Kubrick is one of my favorite directors of all time, so I'm particularly pleased myself. And now it is my great honor to introduce my esteemed colleague, the senior curator of the Moving Image Department at the George Eastman Museum, Paolo Usai.
Good evening, everyone. How many of you have never seen 2001: A Space Odyssey? Raise your hands. Well, I do envy you because you're about to see 2001 in its most beautiful form. But I have another question. How many of you have seen 2001 only on video? Raise your hands. Wow, only on video. Well, again, you're up for something special. Thank you very much for joining us tonight at the George Eastman Museum. Well, so much has been said and written about 2001 that I have no hope of bringing anything new to the discussion. But when I said this is a special screening, well, there has been a special screening of 2001 almost 50 years ago. The film had been shown in 70mm at the Gilmore Panorama Theatre in Penfield. It was a memorable event according to the witnesses of those screenings. And one of our senior projectionists, Daryl Jones, was one of those spectators. And he was so thrilled by the screening that he brought a couple of items I would like to share with you. First, at the screenings, they were distributing a souvenir press book of the film, which is this. It is beautiful, and note the aspect ratio, identical to the aspect ratio of the film. Now, the film was shown in Cinerama, and Cinerama is a very special format, and, well, you may have seen the lens of a projector, but I'm not sure you have ever seen a lens of a Cinerama projector. It's huge, and Daryl Jones has one of the lenses, and I would like to show it to you. Now, it is small, but it is over 15 pounds. And it is a very rare item. In our estimate, only about 100 theaters worldwide have shown the 2001 with this kind of lens. Now, tonight's screening is a screening with a new print of the film. It is a special event for us also because this is what we call the roadshow version of the film, which includes music at the beginning, during the intermission, and even at the end. 2001 was screened for the first time on April 2nd, 1968 in Washington, D.C. And I can guarantee that about a year from now, you're going to be hearing a lot about this event. But we wanted to come first with this special screening. And as I've been talking about music, I wanted to remind those of you who may not know about it that 50 years ago, Kubrick was still shooting 2001. The shooting lasted for about 18 months. he was way behind schedule, and as he was shooting the film, he already had some music in mind. For instance, in the course of the first appearance of the monolith and in the famous final psychedelic scene, the music was not the music by Gheorghe Ligeti that we now are so familiar with. The music was actually a symphony by Ralph Vaughan Williams, the Antarctica Symphony, and he replaced the music shortly before the final edit of the film. But he did the same with the famous spaceship sequence, the whitelist sequence. Now we associate the film with Strauss' Blue Danube Waltz, but this is not what Kubrick intended to use at during the shooting. He actually was thinking about something totally different. He had in mind as an overture by Felix Mendelssohn Bartholdy, the overture to the Midsummer Night's Dream. And those of you who have in mind the spaceship sequence may be interested in hearing what Kubrick had in mind initially. I have 30 seconds of the music I would like you to hear. Can we hear the music? I would have found this pertinent to the scene, but now it is the Blue Danube Waltz, and this is the music you will be hearing more than once in the course of the evening. Speaking of which, I wish to remind you that in addition to the overture music, there will be an intermission. It will be strictly a 13-minute intermission, and I'm saying 13 minutes and not 15 because after 13 minutes the projection will resume with the music in the print acquired thanks to our friend Dick B. Clements, the music that introduces the second part of the film. The print you're about to see is struck from a preservation negative that had been personally approved by Stanley Kubrick several years ago, and you will see what a stunning print it is. And because the entrance music was meant to immerse the audience in the atmosphere, we decided to take Kubrick's intentions literally. And those who are familiar with our theater know that there are some very, very evocative lights, cove lights, and they will be playing a role at the beginning of the show. But more importantly, the show is special because we have a very special guest. So the screening will be followed by a Q&A headed by my esteemed colleague, the curator of film exhibitions in the Moving Image Department, Yuri Meden. The Q&A will be followed by the signature of photographs of the film for those who have not gotten a chance to have a signed photograph of the film. Mr. Keir Dullea will be available to sign photographs for those who are interested. Tonight's film, well, it's a performance, by the way. We called our screenings performances because what makes the Dryden Theatre special is the fact that we are not showing DVDs or Blu-rays. We show the real thing because we consider cinema as an art form, and that's the reason why having a real print of 2001 is so important to us. Ben Tucker will be projecting the new print of 2001 on our Kinotone projectors from Germany. On a final note, let me just say this. You may have heard recently that there were 12 men who walked on the moon. 12 of them. Well, there were only 5 astronauts involved with Stanley Kubrick in the making of 2001. 3 of them were hibernated, so we only see them hibernated in a few shots of the film. But only 2 worked with Stanley Kubrick, and only 1 had a very, very interesting dialogue with HAL 9000. Please give a warm welcome to Keir Dullea.
I can't tell you what a pleasure it has been the short time that we've been in Rochester. As you can imagine, I have had the opportunity to attend similar situations and screenings like this all over the world, actually. But I have to tell you that the way my wife Maya and I have been treated here has been very, very special. So I feel particularly honored to have been asked to come to this theater and share with you this film. I look forward to sharing some film is over during the Q&A, and beyond that, how many people, I'm curious, I know they asked you the question but I couldn't see, how many people have never seen this film? Wow. That's a lot more than is average, so you're in luck, because if any film was made to be seen on a large screen, this is it. So enjoy, and I'll talk to you afterwards.